Welcome back everyone. In today's video, I am very excited to open up a bunch of figures and add them to one of my shelf displays. If you're new to the channel or a fan of Star Wars collecting, be sure to drop a like down below, remember to subscribe, and make sure to ring that bell to stay notified. Upcoming videos will feature similar reviews, diorama builds, and more from the vintage collection, so stay tuned. And as you can see, I have not just one, but 4 cases of an amazing recent vintage collection release. And here you have it, the Mandalorian Super Commando on a Clone Wars card. Definitely one of my favorite figures out of the most recent wave. I am so excited that Hasbro is continuing to give us more characters and figures from that Clone Wars Season 7 finale, and yeah, it's just really nice to keep getting these Mandalorian figures. And as you can see here, the image on the card back is actually from Season 5, when Maul assumes power and takes the throne of Mandalore, and then these Mandalorians swear allegiance to him. And yeah, the Mandalorians look so cool. I love that design, that little like claw marks on the helmet. Just all in all, a really good looking figure, and I'm glad that we got this one. He is VC 243 in the line. An absolutely amazing figure that I'm really happy to add to my carded collection, but also build a proper display on my shelves with all of these Mandalorian figures. When Hasbro announced that we were getting this figure along with the Mandalorian Death Watch Airborne Trooper, I knew that I would need lots of these figures to fill up my Throne of Mandalore diorama and make a proper display. Therefore, like a crazy collector, I pre-ordered 40 of the Death Watch Airborne Troopers and 32 of these Mandalorians, with another 8 of the Captain to make a total of 40. And I absolutely cannot wait until all of these Mandalorian troops show up and I can get them into an epic battle. But for now, let's free them from their bubble and get them set up on my Throne of Mandalore display. And here you have my Mandalorian throne room display, looking really nice with Darth Maul as the rightful leader of the Mandalorians. I'm really happy with how this display looks. I've got quite a number of these troops in here, and I think they just look fantastic all put together. I can't wait to get the airborne Death Watch troopers up in here. It's just going to look so amazing. In the meantime, I have Casca Reeves and the Mandalorian Death Watch troopers as like stand-ins. And I also have Bo-Katan here trying to fight back, get Maul out of there. No outsider will be the ruler of Mandalore, you know? So looking really good here. This is currently on display on the shelf next to my Razor Crest, as well as my 501st display, which you may have seen. This is originally the shelf where I kind of want to put this Mandalorian throne room, but for now it's just on this other shelf, which is just below my Imperial display. So I don't know, I'll come to that decision later on, but for now I think it looks pretty good and I'm just going to leave it here. But I did plan to expand on my Imperial shelf and add another one, so these Mandalorians might have to move out of here. But for now I have everything set up and they're looking pretty awesome. As you can see, I also added a few of them to be in flight because, you know, a Mandalorian with a jetpack is unstoppable. And I couldn't find my fishing wire that I wanted to use that's much more transparent and harder to see. So I just used the electrical wiring that I usually incorporate into my dioramas. It's not as noticeable, but I definitely want to fix that. And when I get the airborne Death Watch troopers, I'm going to have a lot more of both of these parties in flight, because when I add another 40 troops in here, it's going to be quite packed. So I think a bunch of those guys flying around just battling each other is going to look really awesome. Yeah, there's just other things that I want to add to this display too that I hope Hasbro will give us in the future. Like Gar Saxon, we're definitely going to need that character. The leader of the Mandalorians. I would love to get a Duchess Satine figure. I don't know if it's going to be something that's high priority. I don't think it would sell too well, but it would be nice to have her to, like, you know, complete some of the season 5 scenes when Maul first assumes power. And I know it's a simple repaint, but I also would love Obi-Wan in this Mandalorian disguise. Definitely one that I know a lot of people would like. For now, I could probably pop a head off and put him on one of these guys, but it would be nice to have an official one, you know, on a vintage collection style card. So something to hope for, but for now I'm really happy that I got this all set up. If you're curious or interested in making a display like this, I do have a video showing my process on how to do this, because this is actually a brand new Mandalorian throne room. I had to make it again from scratch because the one I had previously made is just too tall. So rather than cut it and, you know, have some frustrating getting it perfect to size type situations, I opted to just make it again because it wasn't the hardest thing in the world to do. And as you may notice, I've added the side walls, and there's actually this extra window panel on the left as well as the right. So this display is actually longer and also just much more expansive. So same process, cut up some styrene, spray painted it primer gray, and then, you know, weathered everything up. So definitely I will leave a link in the description below if you're interested on how to make something similar to this for your display. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video and taking a look at my recent addition to my collection room and setting up this new shelf display. And definitely feel free to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. And definitely throw a like on this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. It really helps and is always greatly appreciated. Thanks everyone, and I will see you on the next video.